The Bayelsa State Governorship Petition Tribunal has nullified the election of the Governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, oil prices rose on Monday as China plans to ship in large volumes of US crude in August and September. Brent crude increased by 30 cents or 0.7% to $45.10 a barrel. US West Texas Intermediate crude was up by 34 cents or 0.8% to $42.35 a barrel. According to Reuters, Chinese state-owned oil firms have booked tankers to transport at least 20 million barrels of US crude for August and September. Record of crude imports from the world's top importer and the easing of COVID-19 restrictions globally have supported oil prices. At number 9, Malaysia has detected a strain of new coronavirus that is 10 times more infectious. The mutation, earlier seen in other parts of the world, was found in at least 3 of the 45 cases in a cluster that started from a restaurant owner returning from India and breaching his 14-day home quarantine. The man has since been sentenced to 5 months in prison and fined. The new strain was found in another cluster involving people returning from the Philippines. The country's Director of Health, Nur Hisham Abdullah, said the strain could mean that existing studies on vaccines or the efficacy of vaccines currently being developed may be incomplete or ineffective against the mutation. At number 8, Nigeria's stock market extended its rally last week as the market capitalization of equities rose by 90 billion naira. The Nigerian Stock Exchange All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 0.63% to close the week at 25,199 basis points and 13.15 trillion naira, respectively. A total turnover of 1.33 billion shares worth 13.93 billion naira in 19,392 deals were traded in the market last week by investors, compared with 1.07 billion shares valued at 10.79 billion naira that exchanged hands the previous week in 20,482 deals. At number 7, 71 Nigerian girls trafficked to Lebanon and seen in a video that had gone viral where they were crying for help have been repatriated back to Nigeria. They arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja on Monday. This was disclosed by the news agency of Nigeria by the head of NEMA, Bitrus Samuel. He said the girls were the second batch of the more than 150 Nigerian girls evacuated back to the country who were trafficked to Lebanon in search of greener pastures. The agency would quarantine the girls as a precaution against coronavirus pandemic. At number 6, the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, has arrested a 30-year-old laborer, Lawali Bala, in Rikina village in Dange Shini local government area of Sokoto State for alleged homosexuality. Mr. Bala allegedly sodomized 12 underage children in the night when parents of the children were sleeping. The NAPTIP zonal head in charge of Sokoto, Kebbi and Zamfara states, Mitika Mafa Ali, disclosed this to the news agency of Nigeria. Ali also disclosed that the suspect was a laborer working for the parents of the children and that he was arrested following a tip-off. The zonal head added that investigation was in progress and that the suspect would soon be charged to court. Speaking to NAN while in custody, Bala confirmed abusing the children as they mostly sleep together in the night. He attributed the incident to satanic influence, adding that he was introduced to homosexuality when he was in Niger and continued with the act as a source of pleasure. At number 5, operatives of the Rapid Response Squad Lagos State Police Command has arrested a 7-man gang which specialized in withdrawing cash from bank accounts of dead customers within and outside Nigeria. Luck ran out against the suspects when they were allegedly working on a fresh transaction to transfer 25 million naira from a local bank account and $220,000 from a foreign account in Lagos. Preliminary investigation revealed that members of the gang would scout for obituaries of prominent Nigerians, and with the help of some bank staff, they would link the deceased bank accounts to ascertain the amount in the accounts. Thereafter, they would clone the dead customers' SIM cards, with which they would carry out online transfer. Identities of the suspects are Osita Mwafo, 45 years, Mwogu Joseph Chika, 36 years, Anthony Odama, 43 years, Ikechukwu Nkem, 32 years, James Okonkwo, 51 years, Adedio Paulinus, 29 years, and Ogundepo Olufemi, 51 years. At number 4, Nigeria's inflation rate rose further to 12.82% in July, the highest in almost 3 years as food prices continue to surge. According to the latest Consumer Price Index data released on Monday by the National Bureau of Statistics, July inflation rate rose by 0.26%, higher than the 12.56% recorded in June. Nigeria's inflation has continued to rise for months as prices of staple foods like rice, frozen foods, vegetable oil, processed foods remain high due to last year's border closure and now the coronavirus pandemic. At number 3, the House of Representatives has said that it is not only investigating Nigeria's external borrowings from China, noting that Nigeria now has over 500 contractual and bilateral agreements with other countries. The House Committee on Treaties, Protocols and Agreements disclosed this on Monday as its investigative hearing on foreign loans continued. The chairman of the committee, Nicholas Osai, noted that the lawmakers were not against the loans or the project for which they were taken, but would discourage agreements that could have serious implications, especially on the sovereignty of the nation. Osai also made it clear the probe was not about the All Progressives Congress or the People's Democratic Party-led governments or the current regime led by President Muhammadu Buhari. At number 2, the Federal High Court in Lagos has made an order of Mariva injunction stopping Shoprite Checkers Limited from transferring its assets out of a jurisdiction over a $10 million judgment debt. The Mariva injunction was made by Justice Mohammed Liman in favor of a Nigerian firm AIC Limited, which in 2018 had secured a $10 million judgment against Shoprite in a breach of contract lawsuit. Displeased with the judgment, Shoprite went on to appeal, but equally lost at the Court of Appeal. The Nigerian firm said it had invited Shoprite to Nigeria and opened their eyes to business opportunities in the country, with the view that they would go into a joint venture. But Shoprite abandoned the agreement they had and went behind its back to set up its outfit in 2005. Finally, at number 1, the Bayelsa State Governorship Petition Tribunal has nullified the election of the governor of Bayelsa State, Doye Diri. The election was nullified on Monday based on a petition by the Advanced Nigeria Democratic Party, which argued that its candidate, King George, was unlawfully excluded from participating in the November 16, 2019 governorship election. The ruling comes 2 days after the tribunal dismissed 3 other petitions against Mr. Diri of the People's Democratic Party. The tribunal ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct another by-election within 90 days. However, Mr. Diri says he will appeal the ruling of the tribunal and that he has instructed his lawyers to prepare the necessary papers. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.